Hi there, my name is Hollie Grant and I'm the owner of PilatesPT and founder of the Bump Plan. And today I'm going to be taking you through a stretch routine designed for the end of the day and is suitable for you at any stage of your pregnancy. Now, some of you might be starting to find that aches and pains are creeping in as you get closer to your due date. And actually, pregnancy-related lower back pain is quite common during pregnancy. It doesn't mean that you have to put up with it, but it is quite common. We tend to find as our babies get heavier and bigger, there's a greater demand on the muscles in the back of the body, and then they can fatigue and start to get a little bit niggly and uncomfortable. So this routine is designed for the end of the day, so you could add it in just before you go to bed, and it's designed to switch off some of those muscles or at least relax them, give them a little bit of a break before you guys get into bed. Now, again, this is suitable for any stage of your pregnancy, but it's really important that you only do this routine if you are a low-risk pregnancy. If you have any contraindications to exercise, it's not really ideal for you, so you must turn this off. I always say, if in doubt, just log out. Okay, so just be really mindful of your health here. Otherwise, if you're a low-risk pregnancy and you're already exercising, this is perfectly fine for you. Now, I'm going to be using a pregnancy pillow today for this routine, just for assistance. It can make some of the stretches a little bit more comfortable. You can use whatever you have at home if you don't have a pregnancy pillow. This is the Purflo pregnancy pillow, which I love, and I really wish I'd had it when I was pregnant with my daughter Freya, because it isn't too big. Pregnancy pillows, they can take up so much space in your bed and in your house. So this actually is not too big, which is ideal. You can take the cover off to wash it, which is fantastic if you are using it to help you exercise and stretch out, and when the babies are here. But what I do really love is it has a breathable mesh area in the centre here. So if you are using it in bed, you're not going to get too sweaty. If you're using it as a feeding pillow, which is amazing, wrapped around you, especially if you have a cesarean to help just support the weight of your baby, then also the baby is going to be on the breathable mesh part too. So it is really, really lovely, and it is soft, and it's actually pretty as well, which is important. So I'm going to be using that today, but again, if you haven't got a pregnancy pillow to hand, you could grab a cushion or a pillow off your bed and use that instead. So what I would like you guys to do is start at the end of your mat. So making sure the mat is stretched out in front of you. Look down at your feet for me. Just make sure that they are parallel and they're hip width apart. So looking over your bumps if you need to. And then other than that, I'd just like you to relax for a moment. And it's really helpful to get to know your posture, especially by the end of the day, because the muscles of the body will be tired, you'll be tired. And so it's interesting to find out what your posture's like by the end of the day. So do a bit of a body scan, just have a think about how you are standing when you're relaxed, when you're not concentrating, I guess. So for me, you can see here, it's not fantastic posture. My pelvis tilts forwards, and that is really common in pregnancy because of the pull of your baby. Maybe you stand on one leg. That's really common if you already have a child, because you're always carrying them on the same side. Maybe you would stand with your hands on your lower back. So just take a moment to find that and take those little mental notes of what your posture's like. Because then you can start thinking about where you might need to correct that posture. Now relax, think about your breath. Breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. Nice big deep breath in, noisy exhale out through the mouth. Now from here, I'd like you to reach your arms up over your head for me. Reach up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to slowly start our first roll down. So we're going to bring the chin to the chest. We're going to start slowly peeling down towards the ground. And at the bottom, I'd like you to make sure that your knees are unlocked. Now, some of you might want to take your feet further apart. Now you're down here. Maybe you feel a bit squashed. If you have a big bump or you're further through your pregnancy, feel free to take those legs a little bit further apart. And just dangle down here. Now, if at any point you feel lightheaded, slowly roll back up, have a breather, and then come back down and join me when you're ready. But if you're comfortable down here, just enjoy relaxing the back of the body. The muscles of the lower back that have a big job as your babies get heavier are finally getting a chance just to switch off, to have a break. Now I'd like you to nod your head yes a few times. Give it a really, really good nod yes. Then shake it like you're saying no. You can be really exaggerated here. Roll the shoulders back and down a few times. Shake out the wrists. And then again, just dangle here. Now when you're ready, I'd like you to activate your glutes. So give your bum a bit of a squeeze and slowly start rolling all the way up to standing. One vertebra at a time, coming all the way back to the top. Roll the shoulders and then relax again. We're going to do that one more time. So just give yourself a moment to make sure you're feeling okay, not lightheaded. Slowly reach the arms up over the head, stretch up, reach for the ceiling. Make sure that your knees are not locked out. And then again, roll down slowly, a vertebra at a time. Bringing the hands towards the ground. Again, just checking in with it, how this makes you feel. Relax the neck, relax the arms. Now from here, we're going to bend our knees. And if you feel safe to do so, we're going to slowly walk out into 4-point kneeling or hands and knees. But if that doesn't feel right for you, just meet me down here, however feels safest for you. Now, in 4-point kneeling, what we tend to find during pregnancy is the wrists can get quite sensitive, okay? So an option for you is bringing your hands over the front of your pregnancy pillow, and that just takes some of the angle out of the wrist. It might be more comfortable for you. So have a play around, see which one you prefer. I'm going to leave mine here. And it means you can really think about finding the most comfortable position for those wrists. Now, you're going to take a big breath in. As you exhale, I'd like you to round your spine into a cat stretch. We're coming into this bridge position. Now, in this position, the upper back is the easy bit because it's already shaped this way. And also, let's be honest, most of us hunch over our laptops more than we should. So focus on the lower back. Try and tuck that tailbone under. Try and bring your pubic bone towards your nose. Now when you're ready, we're going to slowly come back to a neutral spine. So that's where we have the curves of the back in place. Now we're going to go into extension. In extension, I want you to start taking the eye line forwards towards the end of the mat. Draw the shoulders back and down. Push out your boobs. Now again, I see people do this wrong because they focus on their lower back because the lower back is already curved this way. Instead, try not to overextend the lower back. Try and keep it relatively neutral and focus on the upper back. That's what needs extension. So think about pushing out your boobs, rolling those shoulders back and down, showing off your chest, and then when you're ready, slowly come back to neutral. Now we're going to move with the breath. We're going to exhale to flex the spine into that cat stretch. Inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale into extension. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale to flex. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, extend. And inhale to neutral. Just keep this going a few more each way. Loosening off that lower back. Again, those lower back muscles do a huge job during pregnancy. So just make sure they stay nice and mobile. And we're going to do one more each way. When you're done with your final extension, come back to neutral, sit back on those heels for a moment and give your wrists a gentle shake out. Now, I'd like you to take your knees as wide as your mat if that's comfortable for you. If you have pelvic girdle pain, you may need them a bit closer together. Walk the hands forwards, put them on top of your pillow, and then slowly bring your nose or your forehead towards the ground. Now in this position, you should find that you have space between your thighs for your bump. That's why we take the legs a little bit wider so we ensure that we have space for the bump. And having your hands on the pillow elevates the arms so you get this fantastic stretch through the chest, opening up those pecs and relax the spine towards the ground. Breathing here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Now those of you approaching your due date, this is a really lovely position for you because it helps to open the pelvis and get the baby into the right position for labour. And then when you're ready from here, what I would do is bring the hands either side of my head onto the floor and use my arms to push myself back to kneeling. Now, we're going to come and we're going to sit on our pillows. So take your time. We're going to come over, we're going to sit on that pillow so we're slightly lifted. Now, you can sit cross-legged if that's comfy for you, but it might not be. So you've always got frog leg position, straight leg, bent legs, whichever's most comfy for you. But I do want you to be comfy, and I want you to be able to sit up neutral. When I say neutral, what I'm thinking is my head is directly above my pelvis, so I'm not leaning forwards or backwards. And I've got the gentle curves of the spine in place. I'm not hunching, but I'm not back bending, yeah? Now from here, what I'd like you to do is bring the fingers to the temples, elbows wide, and just make sure this hasn't caused the ribs to pop. Try and keep the ribs inside the body for me. Now we're going to take a big breath in, and as we exhale, we're just going to gently rotate the upper body to the left, and we're going to hold. Now it's really important during pregnancy when we stretch that we don't overstretch, we don't force the stretch, because our hormones already make us more flexible. But this should be enjoyable. You should be able to smile, you should be able to breathe, and we're not forcing it, it's just a gentle twist. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, twist to the right. Hold it there again. It's not aggressive. We're not trying to look at the back of the room. We're just enjoying opening up the chest and getting some movement into our back. Now we're going to move with the breath. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. And inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. And inhale, center. So we're just gently looking around the room. And again, because our back muscles work so hard during pregnancy, they can get really tight and they can reduce your range of movement. So it's important that we're keeping them mobile, we're keeping them moving. Let's do one more. Come back to center, hold it here. Now, I'd really like you to keep your pelvis neutral. So imagine that your pelvis is a bowl of popcorn and we want the popcorn to stay in the bowl. And what I'd like you to do is imagine there's a spider on the wall in front of you. We're going to breathe in, and as we exhale, that spider is starting to walk up the wall. And we're going to follow it with our eyes as it goes up towards the ceiling. Now, eventually, you'll get as far as you can, and you're going to hold it there. And what we've tried to get here is extension of our upper back. So we've got from the bra to the crown of the head, this lengthening out. You haven't arched your lower back, so you've kept the popcorn in the bowl. Now breathe in, and as you exhale, the spider's walking back down the wall and we're coming back to neutral. Again, take a big breath in, and as you exhale, start to watch the spider climbing up the wall. Inhale, hold it at the top there, and as you exhale, he starts to walk back down the wall, back to eye level, and we're back to neutral. And keep this going. Now, if you're unsure of what I'm asking for here, you can take a quick look back at the video and just watch what's happening to my upper back. As the spider goes up the wall, I'm lengthening out. I'm not trying to do a back bend. I'm thinking about being really tall. And then as I come back down, the rib cage comes back into the body. So we are working our upper back extensors, we're stretching out the chest. And if we think about the position a lot of us are in during the day, whether we're working or we already have small children at home, it tends to be this, doesn't it? So it's the complete opposite movement. So get that length through the upper back. We're going to do 2 more of these. Exhaling as we look up, inhaling as we hold, exhaling as we release, inhale, reset. Let's do 1 more, and at the top of this one, just hold it here for a moment. Make sure the back of the neck is nice and smooth. You haven't flung your head back. 1 last breath in here. Exhale, slowly come back to neutral, and then you can relax those arms. And I can guarantee the shoulders felt it a little bit by the end. Give the shoulders a quick roll, shake out your wrists, and then that is you guys done. So it's just a short routine that just helps to get the back moving, because again, we tend to find the back of the body gets very tight during pregnancy, and even when we're not pregnant, our day tends to consist of lots of repetitive movements. So it's really important that we mix that up a little bit and we get the spine moving. So I hope you found that helpful. I would definitely try and do that towards the end of the day, after a busy day, and to help you wind down before bed. If you did enjoy that routine, you can find lots more of my routines over on Instagram at The Bump Plan. And we also offer prenatal live Pilates classes as well if you'd like to join us. So I hope you enjoyed the routine and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.